welcome to our July net worth update. I am so excited to share this net worth update with you. We began sharing these about a year ago now. Even though we started this journey in 2016, we started tracking our progress in 2017. And what I'm so excited about today, and you'll see it when I show my screens, is that things are starting to ramp up, and the interest and the compound interest and all of that is starting to do what it's supposed to do. And it's just really exciting to see the numbers kind of take off. So I'm excited to share this with you. We share this with you to give you some encouragement. If you're new here, welcome to our house. And if you're returning, we're so glad you're here. I am Wendy, and I'm one half of the House of Five podcast. And in 2016, we started our financial independence journey. At that time, we were over $1 million in debt. We had zero cash saved, and it's an understatement to say that our circumstances, we felt hopeless. And so the reason that we share these net worth updates and try to be as transparent about our journey as possible is because we want to help other moms and dads out there who might be in similar circumstances. We live in a high cost of living area. We are a large family. We have 6 children. We live on one income. We have huge amounts of student loan debt, and we started this journey late in life. So we had some cards stacked against us, but in sharing this, I hope that what you will see is that it doesn't have to be that way, and that you can start today and change your life. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so we're going to start with our assets. And as you can see, if you look at when we began tracking in 2017, our biggest asset was our home at that time. We had a home, and its value at that time was about $650,000. We had a tiny bit of money in retirement in 2017, about $14,000. However, that was just started the year before. So we were really starting with nothing, zero assets whatsoever, no retirement, no savings, no emergency fund, no nothing. All we had was our house. If you're looking at June, what we had for our assets were $175,000 in rental properties. Those are 5 rental properties that we own in the Midwest, and that value is remaining fairly consistent, even though there has been some growth in that area. The markets are crazy everywhere. Historically, it's not an area for high appreciation, but we are using those rental properties not for the appreciation, but for the cash flow. We talk about our cash flow more in depth and more regularly on our passive income updates, which you can subscribe and get notifications to. We do those monthly as well. In our savings and after-tax accounts, last month we had almost $29,000. I have a tiny little IRA for myself. We're not focusing on that right now. We're trying to max out all of Curtis's retirement first, and we're about halfway there at maxing those out. Last month, his retirement got to an all-time high of $130,799, which to me is absolutely incredible, considering that in just 4 years, it was at $14,000, and just a year before that, it was at zero. So really, really excited about last month. But what makes me even more excited is this month. So there hasn't been any change really in the rental properties, like I stated a few moments ago. But we did get a nice jump in our after-tax accounts, and some of that was also in the market over the last little bit. We did see some increases in some of our accounts, but also because we've been depositing in those accounts fairly regularly. We put a little bit more into my retirement, and then this right here, Kurt's retirement, in just 1 month, it has gone up to $134,837.89, which, if we're talking how much of that is our cash, on the increase, about half of that. So we're putting about $1,800 in his 457 and his 403B, and then in his pension funds, they take out about $700 to $800 a month. So the rest of that is pure growth. So that's exciting. For an overall total, increased from just June to July, we saw an increase of $8,290.73, which is super good. It's so exciting to see these things snowball. But this number right here, this $134,000, almost $135,000, I am so ecstatic about that number and this number and this number. That means that in just 5 years, 4 to 5 years, we've been able to save and gain over $168,000, which when you start at zero cash, and to see that just kind of starting to take off. We're close to $200,000 now. Like, it took us that long just to get to $100,000. That happened earlier this year, and now we're over a third of the way to $200,000, which to me is it's just crazy. And I'm just so excited about it. It gives me such hope, and I hope it gives you hope too. All right, so we've talked about the good stuff. Let's talk about the not so good stuff. Let's talk about our liabilities. Back when we had the house, it had a loan on it of about $550,000. We also had secured debt, so we had vehicle loans of almost $70,000. And then we had my student loans for both my undergraduate program as well as my law school loans. And then Kurt's student loans here are for both his bachelor's program and his master's program. We have Kurt in the PSLF, the Student Loan Forgiveness Program, because he is an educator. So we're making, right now they're in deferment because of the CARES Act, but when that starts up again, the payments that we're making on that will get credited, and once we've paid on those for a total of 10 years, the balance should be forgiven. We're going to slow pay mine, and we explain more about that. I will link the video up above about why we're opting to do that as opposed to trying to pay those off quickly. And then this right here, this is an old IRS debt. Originally that was at $80,000, and what that is from old liabilities from 2007 to 2011, where I had just gone out on my own as a lawyer. I had opened my own firm, and we did not quite get the hang of putting taxes away. I had a huge increase in my income, and we just didn't put enough away. That happened for about 3 years, and then we finally hired a CPA who helped us set up our business properly and estimate our taxes better, as well as help us structure our business so that we reduced our taxable income. So we have not owed since then, since 2011, but that debt followed us for quite a while, and we have a payment arrangement with the IRS to get that paid off. I'm so excited by last month's progress on that. That is finally was down to about $12,000, and as you can see, this month it's down even further to $10,800. I hope to have that at zero by the end of the year, but we'll see. This up here is our mortgage on our 5th property, $18,000. And then this right here, the $65,920, that is a commercial loan that we have on all of the other remaining properties, so 4 of our other properties. And then the only other debt that we have are our student loans, and those you'll see the balances from June to July are the same. And again, that's because of the CARES Act, and that right now those are accruing 0 interest. So we had a positive gain in our liabilities of $1,957. Also not bad. So good month overall. Now let's take a look at our net worth progress overall. Again, we began this journey with over $1 million worth of debt. Our assets, it seems significant, but that was our house, and that was really all that we had. We started this with a negative net worth of negative $349,000. Kind of crazy. But I am happy to say that this month, when we take our assets minus all of our liabilities, we are still in the negative net worth, but we are down to a negative $1,011,366, which we're getting closer and closer and closer to zero. So I am just hope that next year we can see that at zero. That will be so wild. So 1 month, we had a positive change in our net worth of $10,248, which is just amazing. An overall change in our net worth in just these from 2017 to 2021 of $238,426. So not bad. I really hope that when we share these, that they do encourage you. That is what they're meant for. And I get excited about the progress. It's just really wonderful to see things are starting to happen, and that's what's exciting, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And by consistency, by just saving no matter what, making that a priority, having a plan, sticking to a budget, simple things that you can put into place, and then they compound upon each other, and it makes huge changes in your life. If you haven't subscribed, will you please hit that subscribe button as well as the notifications bell? We just hit 1,000 subscribers this morning, and it is all because of you guys, and we are so grateful and so thankful. This business for us, this House of Five business, it is both a passion for me, but it is also something that is a business. I want to help people, but at the same time, I want to grow my business. This is part of our overall retirement plan, and by hitting that subscriber, by getting the watch hours, we will be monetizing this channel and be able to create an additional income stream. I hope to be able to share with you guys our journey in that as well. It's just amazing the day and age that we live in, that there's just so many creative ways for people to create income out there, and that's what we're trying to do here. All right, guys, well, it has been an awesome week. I'm so glad you were here. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and we'll see you back here next week. Our next video is going to be our passive income update, and we'll see you back here then. Take care, guys. Bye.